looks, how it looks, everything is all stems from the engine that we made, and it's allowed us to do some pretty crazy things. Like we think, and as far as I know, it's the only physics-based fighting game out there, as far as I know. And once you play this and you're actually boxing or fighting and making contact like you would if you were actually hitting other people in real life, it's really hard to play a fighting game any other way. I mean, as you can attest, whether you like fighting games or boxing games or not, simply seeing this just looks like it's startling to watch. And now I think maybe you can just see some of it. Freddie and I are just going to fight each other now. See, like I'm trying to, Freddie's keeping me at bay and I can't hit him. But what I want to do is get him in a corner. I can shove him. I can get inside. See, oh my. There you go. Sorry, as I grow silent as I'm intensely competing. You think we wouldn't be so serious about it after working on the game for over a year, but I mean, again, it's the beauty of all this stuff that we can actually do this. I mean, no matter what other games come out, fighting games, boxing games come out, unless it's physics-based, you just can't mimic this any other way. And it truly approximates boxing. Like Freddie has to stay away from me. When you go online and you start playing online against other users, or if you create yourself, if you want to create yourself realistically, of course you can make your stereotypical 7'8" or 6'8" giant muscular or behemoth. But if you create yourself the way you're physically built, you're going to have to fight a style that best suits your physical attributes. And that's going to make online gameplay even more deep, because you're going to fight against all kinds of people that are faster or slower, taller, shorter, and it's going to change the way they fight. And when Fight Night Round 3, you could not do that. So this is our new corner game, and what we did here was one of the dev team's kind of complaints about the corner game in Fight Night Round 3 was that, and I'm leaving this up here for purposes of our demo, was that in Fight Night Round 3, what I did wasn't necessarily exactly what you would do in real life boxing, but worst of all was that it took me I had to do my thing, then there were some cut sequences, and then your competitor would do their thing, and you'd spend about a minute in between rounds doing your things, and you really wanted to fight. And so what this allows you to do, this one, which is very strategic, is that Freddie and I earn a budget of points, and the points are based off of our successes in between in the actual fight, and you earn your budget through not being hit, countering, knocking the other guy down, and then you get to spend your budget on whatever you want once you get to the between rounds game. Now you can bank those points for use later in the fight, or you can spend them in the early rounds. But it's strategically up to you. And we're going to show that in instant. We're going to show that in instant replay. I can also talk to what we just saw a second ago. That was the Get Up game. It's a new Get Up game. In Fight Night Round 3, you kind of had to use both analog sticks and kind of match up a circuit or a shape on the screen. In the Get Up game, in Fight Night Round 4, it kind of approximates real life boxing, where you have to kind of get up, balance yourself, and then get off the ground. And how quickly you try to do that will dictate your success. I mean, if you get really rocked by a punch and you need to go right down, you'd be foolhardy to jump right back up on your feet, because you're not in a good shape. You're not in good shape at all, and trying to get up off the ground as quick as possible is probably not good for you. You want to take your time, and the slower, more methodical and precise you are with your movements and getting up, the better chance you have actually getting off the ground.